And talking about moving yourself, one of the main things that you want to do once you've committed to being intentional is that you want to lead with empathy. You want to have a notion and an understanding that you can't experience everything. I stand before you as an African American woman who's worked in technology most of her life. I've been surrounded very often, I am the only in a room. And anyone that has had that onlyness in a room just wants people to have empathy. Don't need to be singled out, don't need to have a big deal in the moment. Certainly within an organization, we all want to celebrate diversity. It is always to be celebrated. But we just want empathy that says, what must that feel like? How must she feel? Because empathy encourages us to ask that question. What are they feeling? Not what are you feeling? And not only what are they feeling in the moment, but what have they been feeling? What are their lived experiences? And what are their lived experiences? How has that shaped them? Empathy is what we use as a substitute for experience because you can't experience everything. You can experience everyone else's life journey in order to understand it. So often people are in an attempt to try to make sure that they can relate to people. They try to make sure that they relate to an experience. We don't have to have walked in those shoes. It's what would it feel like to walk in those shoes. So remember, empathy gets around what you've yet to experience so that you can connect to people and be more effective in building relationships. It also is the root of morality. We've talked for decades about the business case for diversity. And yes, we all know that if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Organizations are not going to make business decisions that don't drive their bottom line. And we understand that to be a truth and a reality of the world. But those that are making the greatest impact are those that understand the moral imperative behind creating a sense of belonging, the morality behind making sure that people feel welcome, that they can contribute, that they can be their whole selves at work. Because the research shows the energy that it takes and the emotional toll that it takes for people to have to be inauthentic at work. Creating authentic workplaces only happens when empathy takes place. It also leads to action. Empathy is what we use then because we say, oh, well, I have this feeling, stirring up a feeling. Feelings tell us something. Feelings tell us they're indicators and they're data. I mean, as a data-driven individual, I love the fact that emotions are data. And we want to make a data-driven decision based on how something makes us feel. It leads to action. It leads to self-improvement. I've got people in my circle and clients that I've worked with that because of their empathy towards others and because of stirring up of those feelings, they've changed career paths or they've become more committed outside and inside of work hours to serve their community more, to serve others more. Empathy leads to action.